Pro boxing fans, we are here in Ipswich. With me, Spencer Brown. It is fight week. Your charge, Justis Huni, taking that late call up, is confident. But just talk to me, man. You said you've seen him spar. You're very confident.
I've actually seen him spar. I've seen him spar about 20 rounds since he's been over here. He's been up in where I live, so he's been doing his camp there. We got it arranged very quickly, but he seemed to love it up there. He's very happy. And he doesn't, Justis one of these guys who don't really say a lot. He's not a big talking man, but a lovely individual. I've never heard him swear. I've never seen him spit. Even when he's been in the gym, he's just a lovely guy. And Mick Francis told me about him a long time ago. So did Eddie Hearn. I joined the team in an advisory capacity and a co-promotional capacity. And we really like the fight. We fancy it. We know what Fabio Wardley can do. We've heard the old adage about amateur boxing and this, that and the other. But I think that he can walk away with this if he takes him in the trenches. Fabio's a tough guy, though.
It is interesting. I am going to push on and just talk about a few of the things in boxing. Hamza Shiraz, Edgar Blanca, another great fight. One of your own, that's going to be a great fight. But a lot of people are questioning Hamza, saying, listen, look, new trainer, new weight. Is this a big jump for Hamza? What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think everything that he's done is a big jump. He's fighting Edward Belanga, who is a accomplished super middleweight. He's just jumped up. It's his first super middleweight fight, and he's jumped up to fight Edward Belanga. It's unbelievable, but Turki Al-Sheikh give him the chance. This is a chance to go to greatness, isn't it? If he beats Edward Belanga, there's some big fights there for him, massive fights.
Talking about Turki Al-Sheikh, there's rumours that an Anthony Joshua 3-fight deal is going to happen, and one of them fights is going to be a Tyson Fury fight. Spence,
how can that happen then when we've not spoke to anybody? I mean, it's all obviously down to Turki Al-Sheikh. If he wants to pay the money, then he can get anything, can't he? He's proved that in the past. People moan, but I think he's great for the game. That's my personal opinion.
And then my question is, obviously, with the things that are going on in the background, you probably can't talk much, but because there's so much noise of this coming out, there has to be some sort of basis. Turkey talked to Tyson and enticing him out of retirement.
I couldn't divulge that. Obviously, there's a lot of rhetoric going around all the time about what's going to happen, and Frank speaks to Turkey and George speaks to Turkey, and but it's down to one man, Tyson Fury, isn't it? Does he want to come out of retirement? Does he need to come out of retirement? Probably for the right money, of course. Anybody would, wouldn't they? But there is the other side. He's with his family. Like he says to me, he's won every belt, hasn't he? Without Tyson, I think boxing's become a little bit. Would you say that?
No. Listen, everybody loves Tyson Fury. Just give me 1 second.
Not everybody, but not everybody. But we certainly love him. So there you go. He's great for boxing. There's nobody else like him in the world. And does he win? I think he does. I think I like the Usyk fight. I'd love him to fight Usyk again because he beats Usyk next time. He's already beat him once, never got a decision.
Joseph Parker, the man that's just waiting in the background but seems to want to fight. Obviously, he's always a fighter, but what direction are you going to push him into right now?
We're just doing a deal for Joseph now. There's a deal underway. There's stuff in the background happening that's only privy to the people in the background. I spoke to his long-time manager in New Zealand this morning, David Higgins, and there'll be an announcement very shortly on that one. But we're in place. We're negotiating at the moment.
Can I ask?
Good fight.
Can I ask? Is that going to involve a card in Riyadh? Because there's rumours about an August card in Riyadh. We know that.
I believe there is an August card in Riyadh. Yeah, but I think probably that card's already gone down the river. Okay. So probably everybody who's going to be on that card is there. Maybe Turkey might bring in some other people. I don't know, but it seems to me like it's nearly done. Joe Parker is in the middle of a big negotiation now night in Riyadh to fight a very well-known heavyweight, world-class heavyweight.
That is interesting. That is interesting. Finally, before I let you go, Vasyl Lomachenko, one of the other great Ukrainians, has announced his retirement.
The second greatest.
Give me your thoughts. He just announced his retirement today.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. Just an unbelievable fighter, wasn't he? I love watching him myself. Obviously, I know his team, he's managing his team very well, and you know, you never know. He might jump in with Devin Haney again, mate, and he might come out of retirement tomorrow. You never know. But yeah, he's great. One of the greatest fighters I've ever seen, anyway, in my lifetime.
Spencer,
and a lovely guy as well.
He is a lovely guy. Thank you very much for your time. No doubt I'll see you on Fight Night. Thank you very much, Spencer.
Yeah. I always speak about you like that.
Cheers, mate.